Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into Zombies mode in Call of Duty Mobile, ranking the different types of zombies from easiest to hardest to kill. I'll also be giving you the best tactics to take them down effectively, so make sure you stick around till the end. If you find this video helpful, make sure to drop a like and subscribe for more CODM content. Now, let's get started. 1. Base Zombies. Starting off, we have the Base Zombies. These are your standard undead enemies, and they go down pretty easily. You can take them out with a few body shots or a couple of headshots, depending on the weapon you're using. These zombies are the bread and butter of the mode and should be no problem at all, especially in the earlier rounds. However, things can get tricky if you let them pile up and overwhelm you, particularly when they appear in larger waves. While these zombies might seem weak, don't underestimate them. The game often spawns them in large groups as the rounds progress, so if you're not careful, they can easily catch you off guard and swarm you. Always be on the move when fighting them. It's also important to conserve your ammo early on by using melee attacks if you can. They're not tough to kill, so using up your ammo on them isn't necessary unless you're in a tight spot. A good strategy is to move in a circular pattern while shooting. This allows you to keep a clear escape route if you need to reposition. 2. Hell Hound. Next up, we have the Hell Hounds. These fiery zombie dogs are a bit stronger than the base zombies. They have increased speed, which makes them hard to track, and they come in packs. The best way to deal with Hell Hounds is to use a weapon that deals high damage in a short amount of time, such as a shotgun or an LMG. Hell Hounds can overwhelm you if you're not careful because they can easily sneak up on you, and with their speed, they can quickly close the gap between you and them. The key to dealing with Hell Hounds is to keep your distance. Keep moving and try to shoot them from afar, aiming for their heads to maximize damage. It's also crucial to avoid getting cornered by their pack. If you find yourself swarmed, throw a grenade to clear out multiple hounds at once. Use the environment to your advantage as well. If you're in a tight area, move to a more open space where you can get a better line of sight and maneuver around them. Pro tip: if you're playing with teammates, coordinate your attacks and let one person focus on drawing the attention of the Hell Hounds while others take them out from a distance. That way, you can avoid being overwhelmed and keep the hounds at bay. 3. Brutus. Now let's talk about Brutus. This large mechanical zombie is one of the toughest enemies you'll encounter in Zombies mode. His massive health pool makes him hard to kill, and he can deal a lot of damage with his powerful slam attack. What's more, he doesn't die easily from regular shots, so you'll need to take a strategic approach to bring him down. Brutus moves faster than you might expect for his size, so you can't just stand still and shoot without being punished. When dealing with Brutus, make sure to keep your distance. His slam attack is deadly, and if you're too close, you'll get hit hard. The best way to take him down is to focus on his weak points, which are mainly his head and body. High-damage weapons like snipers or LMGs are very effective against him. When he gets close, avoid standing in one spot and keep moving. You'll want to create space between you and Brutus to avoid getting cornered. If you're playing in co-op mode, have one person distract Brutus while the others focus on dealing damage. This strategy makes the encounter much more manageable and ensures that no one player is stuck in the line of fire the whole time. Remember, Brutus doesn't have a lot of mobility, so if you keep your distance and land some solid shots, you'll eventually take him down. 4. Inferno. Next up is the Inferno Zombie. These zombies are tougher than Brutus and come with a unique set of challenges. Not only do they have a larger health pool, but they also block headshots after taking a few hits. This can be frustrating because headshots are usually the fastest way to take down enemies. Inferno Zombies also require you to aim for their stomachs when they block their heads, and sometimes even those shots will be blocked as well. So, you'll need to keep switching between targeting their head and their stomach to effectively damage them. What makes Inferno Zombies particularly difficult is that they can spawn in large groups, making them harder to handle without getting overwhelmed. When dealing with them, try to keep your distance, use burst weapons, and take advantage of explosive equipment like grenades to chip away at their health. If you're in a large open area, use cover to avoid getting surrounded, and if you're in tight quarters, stick to your guns and aim for the weak points. The best tactic here is patience and precision. Avoid wasting your ammo, especially if you're dealing with multiple Inferno Zombies at once. Keep moving, be patient, and wait for the right moment to strike. 5. Avogadro. Now we enter the realm of nightmare enemies. Avogadro is an electric-themed zombie that teleports around, making him incredibly difficult to deal with. He also shoots electric projectiles that are impossible to dodge or block, so your best bet is to move fast and stay on the move to avoid being hit. This zombie is also fast, which means you can't afford to stand still for long. As a result, Avogadro forces you to constantly adjust your position while dealing with the added stress of his high mobility and ranged attacks. Taking Avogadro down requires a bit more finesse. The best way to deal with him is to go prone. Going prone reduces his accuracy and gives you a fighting chance to take him out. Since he moves quickly, you'll need to track his movements carefully and keep firing at him. If you're caught in a corner, you'll have limited room to evade his attacks, so always try to maintain space and watch your surroundings. Avoid getting caught up in panic. Focus on your aim and don't let his teleporting and electric projectiles throw you off. If you have a teammate, work together and focus on him as a team. If you're solo, stay calm and take advantage of the environment to limit Avogadro's movements. 6. Abomination. Moving on, we have the Abomination. This massive, mutated zombie is one of the toughest and most disturbing enemies you'll face. The Abomination has a huge health pool, and unlike most zombies, it can take several hits from even high-damage weapons before it goes down. The biggest challenge when fighting an Abomination is its ability to deal explosive damage when it gets close to you. The zombie emits a blast radius that can wipe you out if you're not careful, so avoiding close-range combat is a must. The best way to handle an Abomination is to keep your distance and focus on sustained, high-damage fire. Weapons like sniper rifles or LMGs that can deal consistent damage over time are your best bet. Aim for the head, but be prepared to switch to body shots if the headshot doesn't seem to land. Don't let it get too close. Keep on the move, use the environment to your advantage, and try to keep clear lines of sight. If you're playing co-op, coordinate your movements. One player can take the aggro and keep the Abomination busy, while others focus on dealing damage. Pro tip: if you have grenades or explosive weapons like the Molotov cocktail, use them to chip away at the Abomination's health when it's surrounded by other zombies. This can help reduce the overall pressure and make the fight more manageable. 7. Jubokko. Finally, we have the Jubokko. This enemy is unique due to its ability to summon smaller zombies, creating a more chaotic and overwhelming situation. The Jubokko's main attack is a ground-shaking stomp that can send shockwaves, stunning you if you're caught in the radius. These shockwaves will disrupt your movement and aiming, so it's crucial to avoid standing directly in front of the Jubokko when it's about to attack. The Jubokko's most dangerous trait is its summoning ability. It can quickly flood the battlefield with smaller zombies, making it difficult to focus on the Jubokko itself. The key to dealing with this enemy is prioritizing the Jubokko while dealing with its summoned minions. If you don't take out the Jubokko quickly, the number of smaller zombies it summons can overwhelm you, forcing you to focus more on surviving than taking out the main threat. To beat the Jubokko, use a high-damage weapon to focus on it directly, but don't ignore the smaller zombies it summons. Keep an eye on your surroundings, and be ready to clear out the extra zombies when they get too close. If you're playing with teammates, divide the work. 1 or 2 players can focus on taking out the smaller zombies, while the others target the Jubokko. Keep moving, and always be aware of the ground-shaking stomp. It's your cue to get out of range quickly. And there you have it, every zombie in Call of Duty Mobile, ranked from easiest to hardest, with the best strategies to take them down. Whether you're mowing down the base zombies or battling the terrifying Jubokko, each fight brings its own set of challenges. Which zombie gave you the hardest time? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your stories and any strategies you swear by. Peace.
Ready for the next round.